viewpoints. But here's the cool part for the sponsorship and rebuttal speeches. You have this little cite feature. All you do is click on it. It comes up MLA 8. You just copy it. So that took 2 clicks. It'll take a 3rd click to paste, and you've got your citation done. It cites it for you. Super cool. Same thing on opposing viewpoints. Let me switch over to that one. On opposing viewpoints, very similar to SIRS, just one different database. It's got a bunch of issues here as well. Lots of issues you can look through, and it tells you how many sources it has on each one. Let's just say I'm looking at this one. This is just a topic. This isn't like the number of sources. Here you can see I've got 80 different viewpoints I can read, 57 reference articles. I've got 948 news articles, tons of stuff. I'm just going to choose one, again, to show you the citation feature. Up here at the top, again, with a little quotation mark, says cite. It's MLA 8th edition. I'm going to select it, and then I can just copy paste again. So pretty nifty with the databases. You're going to get good information, and it cites it for you. So it's really a win-win for you. Switch back to this time. Let me kind of walk you guys through the assignment. By show of hands, how many of you guys have done database practice already? Okay, about half of you. All right, cool. Cool. If you haven't, it's pretty simple. You're going to do a topic, come up with what you want to say about the topic. That's your thesis, things you think, potential questions. Here's the citation you'll need that I just showed you. And then here's some answers and some speaking points. So this is like your preliminary thoughts for your bill and your sponsorship speech. I'm grading this one for completion primarily, and also to kind of give you feedback on a topic, so that as you head into bill and resolution writing and sponsorship speech, you know that you're on the right track. Hey, Isaac. Any questions so far on database practice? No? All right. Let me go ahead and switch back over then. There's that one. All right, so that is what you guys could have done before today. Coming into today, we're going to talk about where we're headed next, which is the write a bill or resolution. And there's been a little bit of confusion on this, so I want to walk you through. The plus to this speech, for those of you who haven't been in class, is that Ms. Berghoff and some other speech teachers did this speech last spring. That's why you'll see a lot of her videos in here when she recorded them in the spring. But the downfall to that is if you don't watch the videos, you might miss some stuff. And because you're kind of doing this one through Flipgrid, we're not doing as much together. So please, please bring your questions to our Google Meet so I can answer. When you guys get to the bill or resolution, after you've done database practice and you kind of narrow down your topic, you're going to be writing your bill or resolution. A couple things to keep in mind. It has to be constitutional, right? So you can't like take away people's freedom of speech. That's not allowed. You have to keep it within the Constitution. If you're not sure what's constitutional, just Google Bill of Rights. Might help you figure out where you're going with this. It must solve a current problem. So nothing from like 100 years ago, nothing from 5 years ago. If it's not still a problem, it has to be right now. Must be well researched. Use those databases. Must be feasible to implement. No magic or aliens, right? You can't like say, well, when we make all the cars fly, that could happen someday. Not really going to happen right now, right? Or, you know, when we turn the sky red or something, like that's not going to happen. If you would like to see some bills to see what that looks like, you can check out this examples tab and it brings you here. You'll see the one that Ms. Berghoff's going to be using in all of our examples, bills to address the vaping epidemic. You will see the Auto Independence Act. You'll see things about legalizing marijuana and the sale of marijuana, eliminating Columbus Day as a national holiday, just several you can look at there. There are also tons of options sorry guys, available to you on those databases. So don't feel like you have to stick to those topics she listed. Those are just there for you to use. On the second slide, she's going to walk you guys through what you're going to do, how to write a bill or a law, and research. And notice it says pick a template. Down below, what I've attached here is a dual template, and that's because of the limitations of Canvas. I can't post two different templates. Are you allowed to use? Yes, you can use the example topics, but be cautious in using them only because you don't want to write the exact same bill or law. So yes, you can absolutely use the topic, just make sure the resolution or bill is your own. Yeah. So this is kind of the difference. So a bill establishes a specific policy and a resolution states what action you want somebody to take. So a little bit different focus. Decide which one you want to do. And again, she explains these really well in the videos. Decide which one you want to do and do one. So when you submit this to me, if you choose to write a bill, you're going to fill out page 1, and then you're just going to delete page 2. If you choose to do a resolution, you're going to do page 2 and just skip page 1 or delete page 1, if that makes sense. So notice that each bill or resolution template comes with directions, right? So everything that's underlined, you need to change to make it your own. So here's a specific policy you want to establish. What is the change you want to make? Define any of the terms that are going to be confusing or that could be taken different ways. Tell us who's going to do this, and please do not say all branches of government. Give me a specific agency that's going to be in charge of this, and then tell us what the law will do. Excuse me, if you want to do a resolution, on the other hand, you're going to state an action step. So here you're going to give us a lot more background on the problem and tell us just one solution. So what is the problem? Describe the problem, explain why it causes harm, why else does it cause harm? So 4 whole lines really outlining this problem. And then what is Congress going to do? What steps are they going to take? What are they going to do to address the problem? And if you guys go back to the bill or resolution assignment on Canvas, you'll see that slides 3 and 4, 3 is how to format a bill, and 4 is how to format a resolution. So if I wasn't specific enough, or if you want to go back and hear these instructions again, it is all right there. Just like every assignment, the better you do on the bill or resolution, the better your sponsorship speech is going to be, the better your rebuttal can be. It all kind of builds on one another. So to that end, before I get there, are there any questions? No? Okay. It's not a long piece of writing, but I have tried to build in some, I guess, stop gates in the module. And the reason for that is I had a lot of issues when we were doing broadcast speeches. And this was my fault for the way I put it together. But lots of people would write their broadcast template, record their practice, and record their final all in the span of like 15 minutes. Like those things came into me, boom, boom, boom. So I was trying to go through and read your scripts to give you guys some feedback. By the time I read your script, you'd already recorded your final, and you don't want to go back and redo that. So I've tried to build in some stops here. So you'll see on writing a bill or resolution, you have to score at least a 16 to move on out of that, because I want to make sure it's good before you head on. And like a lot of assignments in our class, you are welcome to redo and resubmit. Whenever I return something to you, I try to leave comments, especially if you've lost points. So please check that out and let me know how I can help. You'll see for writing your sponsorship speech, you have to score at least a 21 out of 25. I'm going to read that before you guys go record it. So the hope is that I will read your bill, you'll get it back, you'll see my comments, you'll go write your sponsorship speech, you'll turn it in, I'll read it, I'll give you comments, then you guys can go record, so that you're not carrying the same errors over from assignment to assignment. I realize it puts a lot on me to make sure I'm reading your stuff and getting it back to you in a timely manner, and that is my plan. Over break, it might be a little bit slower than other times. But please know my hope is to get it back to you within like 24 to 48 hours so you can go on to the next piece. There is no like stop at record a sponsorship speech. That's kind of the end of that phase. So do that one. I'll get that back to you, but you can go ahead into the rebuttal without me grading your sponsorship speech, because your rebuttal is about someone else's sponsorship speech, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. What questions do you guys have? Anything? Are you just feeling totally overwhelmed? Nods are good. Shaking your head's good. Are you ready to get to work? Okay. I posted a lot of that stuff in here. So if you guys go to the week 16 start here, you'll see, there we go. Oh, you'll see a lot of what I just told you about how to progress through this next phase. So you guys can check that out. And I'm going to be posting the recording of this meet. So if you guys want to come back and refresh and look at it, please know that I am here via email or Google Meet. I'll have my Google Meet available during IPASS today. So it's what, at 1 o'clock, you guys don't have class. If you wanted to hop on and have a question, I'm here. I'm also going to try to get in touch with you guys via inbox. I don't know if you guys have used inbox much, but it's a great way for me to message you guys as a whole class. If you ever gotten a message from me that says like you're missing something or please turn this in, it's probably from inbox. So you can check that out in our class, or if you go to the dashboard and see all your classes, you can see your inbox as well, and it'll tell you when you have a message. So just trying to open up more avenues for communication. Yeah? All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and pop a Google form in the comments. It's kind of an attendance, but also a check-in for me to know how you're doing and how I can help. If you guys can fill that out, that would be super awesome. I'm going to stick around here until 10:45 on the Google Meet. You guys are welcome to stick around and work on database practice or writing a bill or resolution, and I will be here for questions that you guys might have. If you would prefer to go work on your own, please just know I'm here. If you want to hop back on, you can. Cool. All right. Please fill out this form before you go if you're going, and if you're sticking around, I will be replying to your questions in real time.